name. To introduce myself once again, my name is ANUJA Malkar and I'm a certified NLP practitioner by ABNLP, and currently I'm working as a human resources professional with GSS HR Solutions. And today is day 2 of our workshop. And to remind you all, those who will be attending all the 3 days of the workshop will be getting a certificate about it, that you have completed the workshop. So this is day 2, and on day 1 we learned about how to do goal setting, and day 2 is about tips for time management. So first, let's understand what is time management. And I want you all to be super active in the chat box, because only me talking would be very boring. So be active in the chat, I would request for all of you all. And yes, so first of all, before going to the tips, I'm sorry I'm not able to keep it on full screen mode, because the thing is, when I keep it on full screen, I'm not able to read the chat. So that's the reason. So can you tell me what is time management according to you, and can we really manage time? Is it possible for everyone? Can we do it? You all can type in the chat box if someone wants to unmute, and say you can unmute also. Yes, it is possible. But how? How do you think we can manage time? Yes. Okay, so let me introduce. So let's begin. I will just give you an introduction. Are you able to see the next slide?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So what is time management? And as all of you, like most of you all agreed that we can manage time, but frankly speaking, I feel more than time, we need to manage our focus, where it is going. I feel rather than managing time, it's all about focus management or your energy management. What happens is we waste a lot of time on unnecessary things. We waste our energy over there, and that's the reason we cannot concentrate on the things which we really want to do in life. Right? Maybe it could be studying, maybe it could be your work or your job. So more than time management, it's about focus management or energy management. So be very careful where your energy is going. So that's more important. Yeah. So coming to the topic, so time management is a process of planning and exercising conscious control of time spent. So you need to be very specific where you're giving your time, your energy. Okay, it should be. You need to monitor it. It's very important, because if you don't do it now, when you waste your time unnecessarily 2 hours just scrolling through the reels on Instagram unnecessarily. Okay, where you can use the same time to read a book. Okay, and gain some knowledge. So it's very important to be to monitor your time, to know where it is going. And most of the successful people, they were not born with this talent of time management. They were not very talented with respect to time management. It is a skill, and we all can learn. And the reason why we should learn it, the reason is, when you can manage your time, there is less stress in your life, because you get time to do all the things that you want to really do. You get enough of time to spend with your family. You get enough time for your work, for exercise, for health, right? And also you create a better professional reputation. How is that? A person who is good in time management will always reach 10 minutes early at office, will report 10 minutes every day early, or 5 minutes early, will never be late for meetings. So in that way, you create a good impression in front of people, right? And that is possible when you know where your time is going. So
Kana,
now,
Anuja,
yeah, sorry.
Kana, can you please put it in slide mode, ma? It's not that readable. Even with text, I am not able to read it.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, I'll do it. Actually, the thing is, I'm not able to then read the chat. That's the reason. Okay, I'll check. Okay, I'll do it.
I suggest
That's
something that
okay.
we
That's
can
why I
zoom
came
it.
on mic.
We can zoom the slide in case you wanted to read it.
Let's see. Wait. Okay. Now it's readable, right? Now I've kept on full screen.
Yeah, it is readable.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Yeah. Okay, fine. We understood what is the reason why we need to manage time to create a good impression, and there are various benefits which we will come to. So let's understand how to do it. Like, so I have the name of the today's session is tips for time management. So I'll be telling you 20 tips or 20 tips, or you can say methods in which you can manage time. So it's up to you. Out of this 20, even if you apply any 2 or 3 of those in real life, it would really benefit you. So the first is the 4 Ds of effectiveness. Now, what do we mean by that? 4 Ds is desire, decisiveness, discipline, dedication, and then discipline. So this is the first thing. So in life, you need to have a desire first of all, for whatever thing you want to do in life. Okay, then you need to decide that I want to do. Many a times, what happens is, in time management also, or if you want to do something in life, you have a desire but you don't take action. So it is important for you to decide that I'm going to take action. Then you need to have a dedicated effort which you have to give towards it, and have discipline. So most of the people, why they are not able to manage time is they do not have discipline. So you need to bring in discipline in life, like cultivate good habits like getting up early in the morning, or submitting your assignments on time. So these are the 4 Ds of effectiveness. If you know what is effectiveness, if you start practicing one by one all these 4 Ds in life, you will be able to manage your time more efficiently. And you all can be active in the chat as well, so that I can understand that you all are there with me. In between, I'll keep it on full screen mode, okay? Because I want you all to be active. Beliefs. Next step is beliefs become reality. Slides. I hope now you can see the next slide. Beliefs become realities. What do you mean by that? Can someone type in the chat and let me know any idea? In the picture also you can see. What do you mean by beliefs become reality, and how is it interrelated to time management? Any idea? Any ideas? Okay, no problem. So I'll tell. So whatever you believe will become reality. So in your mind, if you have, that I am very bad at time management, I'm not good in time management, I can never manage my time efficiently, then in that case you will never be able to do it. Because I have done the certification in NLP, which is understanding ways how your brain works and making it work in a way that you can achieve your goals in life. So it's very important. The subconscious mind is always listening. When you say these negative things or negative sentences, I am not good at this, or I am not good in time management, I am a very bad time manager, you will never be able to, even if you're taking the efforts. So first you need to start affirming in your mind, affirm over and over to yourself, I am an excellent time manager. Even if you're not, you need to say it first to yourself, then you will put it into action. It might take some time, but first start with the affirmations. So you can, you need to believe that you are good in time management, or you can also say like, I am working on managing my time. So at least it's not very negative sentence, you're working on it. I'm working on managing my time. Like that. So it's very important for you to believe that yes, I can do it. I can manage my time. This is the tip number 2, which I feel is important. After the 4 Ds of effectiveness, visualizing yourself as you want to be. Okay, so the second way to transform your behavior is to visualize yourself as an excellent time manager. So visualization is a very useful method which many of us do not know the power of it. Okay, we underestimate it. Visualization is closing your eyes. Whenever we face any fear, we close our eyes, or we have some negative, images that I can't do it, or I'm falling down from here, or we have those. As we get negative visuals, in the same way, what if we try and train the mind, trick the mind, visualizing positive things in our life? So in the same way, for example, if you are a person who is always half an hour late or 10 minutes late for every meeting or every lecture of yours, so you start with visualizing the night before you go to sleep. Just visualize that next day morning I got up early in the morning, and for example, your lecture time is 7 o'clock, and you reached at 6:50 there, and you're sitting in the classroom and you're relaxing and talking just to your friends, waiting for the professor to enter in the class. Just visualize this for 2 minutes before going to sleep. So I'm not telling it just because for the sake of telling it. Visualization in my life has helped me a lot. Like I have overcome a very like big fear in my life, and there have been instances, like for important things which have to take place in my life, I use visualization, and it has really helped me a lot. So you need to see yourself first, okay, in your brain. You need to visualize that you are good in time management, you are putting that thing in action, you need to think that way. So धीरे धीरे वो होगा change, it will not come suddenly. Okay, are you all with me in this? Do you agree,
Yes,
disagree?
but the
Yeah, yeah.
Anuja, yes, we are with you, but before you
Yes.
begin the topic, we could not see the slide. It actually
Okay.
comes at the last. So
Oh,
we
is
wanted
it
to
very
visualize
slow?
the slide as well. Yeah,
Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, wait, I'll just check now. Oh, so
it
you
just
do you
appeared.
want me to explain again, or
No, it's fine as long
okay?
as
Now
the
look
slide
this.
is in front of the eyes.
Now
Yeah,
this slide, just check the next one where I'm. Now can you all see the slide?
yeah, fine.
Oh, oh. I'm sorry for the disturbance. So, in short, to sum up, visualization is you need to, if you want to read the slide, so visualization is you need to first see yourself in the mind how you want to be before you actually start putting that into action. So, do you feel it is important, or any one of you amongst you has like experienced or done visualization, and it has helped you in life? Anyone would like to share their experience or how it worked for you, or uh, yeah, you all can just type in the chat box yes, no, if you agree, or no, with the first 3 points. That is
Yes,
40s
Anuja,
of effectiveness.
I would say something that you wanted to achieve. I think the first process comes in the mind is visualizing the event that you wanted to do, the next step.
Yes.
So the first
Yeah.
process start with your visualization, and then you start planning, and then at the final stage you execute or you achieve it.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Correct. Thank you, Ms. Jayashree, for your reply. Thank you for replying. Next is, what are your goals? You need to know what are your goals. Now, time management ना क्यों नहीं होता? The thing is, in life we don't know, like for example, I get up in the morning and I have not planned what I want to do, or what is my what is the topmost priority things which I want to do in the whole day. I have not planned. I just woke up and I start doing whatever first comes in my hand, or whatever my friend says or parents say, do this, do that. Like, I don't have any plan for myself how my day is going to go. Like in goal setting, day one, we discussed that you need to set your goals and you need to have a plan. So maybe first of all, if you don't have any clarity कि life में goal ही क्या है, 5 years down the line where do you see yourself, 10 years down the line where do you see yourself, if you don't have that goals in life, then you will not be very productive person. Like uh, it might sound very harsh, but that's true. If you have not thought even 2 years down the line, 5 years छोड़ दो, if you have not thought that much, but at least 2 years down the line, if you have not thought where you see yourself, whatever, in whatever role or whatever small achievement, if you are in 12th standard, that so in your SYB or BCom, your with what marks do you want to pass, or what small achievement do you see? Maybe becoming a team lead in your own classroom, or becoming, like, it could be a very small thing, but you need to have some goals in life, 2 years down the line or 5 years down the line. If you have that goal, then you will plan, okay, if I want to achieve this goal, how should I should utilize my time, and in that way you will become productive. तो और एक रीजन ये हो सकता है, introspect, that do you have clear goals in life? If you do not have the clarity of goals, first you need to bring the clarity of goals in life, and automatically you will come to know what is important for me. Like for example, spending 2 hours on phone is not that much important. If 5 years down the line I see myself as a at a management position, or working as a professional in a good company, for that you will have to work hard right now, you will have to study. So you will not waste your time on phone, and then you will automatically study because you have some goal. So that is important. Next, yeah, and the next is tip number 5 is planning for goal achievement, which I already discussed with the previous slide. Right, you need to know what is your goal, and next is how you're going to achieve your goal. So in the goal setting session, if any, like those who were not there in the previous session, for those in goal setting, yeah, planning, how do we do that planning? You need to ask like few questions to yourself: what is important to you in life, then what are your goals, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, what are your what do you feel are the major obstacles which might come in your path, how are you going to overcome those, and what are your strengths that will achieve you to achieve to will help you to achieve that particular goal. That is the way you plan for goal achievement. So even that will help you for managing time. Next is take a study break every 40 to 15 minutes. Do you agree? Is it important like to take a break when you're studying? Like most of you all are students over here, so that's why I have mentioned study break. So do you agree that we need to take a study break every 40, 50 minutes? And if yes, then why? Why do you think so? Why can't we just sit for 4 long hours and study only one day, and the rest of the 5 days of the week just have fun? Why do you think we need to study
Anuja,
regularly? Yeah, tell
I
me.
guess brain is a something that works on a mechanism of brake. It is not a car engine, or you cannot see it as an artificial thing that can run for a long time. So, in order to be more productive and achieve much out of it, I think you need to have a break, and then you can be refreshed and come back with more energy.
Hmm. So excellent. Thank you so much, Sayadini. So most of us, what we do is we exhaust ourselves. We sometimes why we are not able to manage time is, मतलब बोलते हैं ना कि one day you just sit and study for long 8 or 10 hours, okay, somehow you managed to do that, and then next of the 5 days of the week you had planned to study. Okay, Monday I studied for 8 hours, but on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I just didn't study. I sat with the book, but I was not able to study or focus. The reason was you had the reason is maybe you exhausted yourself on Monday. You did not take any break. You just studied for long 8 hours, and now the brain is exhausted. It is not ready to study again. So you need to study consistently, and you need to take breaks like it depends on you. Some people need breaks after every 30 minutes. If you have decided that I want to study regularly for 2 hours or 4 hours, so don't continuously study after 45 minutes or after 30 minutes. It depends upon you how how much duration you can in continuity you can study, and how much 5 or 10 minutes of break you can take. For some people it is 30 minutes study then 5 minutes break. Yes, agreed, Ravina. Thank you so much. We cannot concentrate. Yes. So 30 minutes of break, 30 minutes of study, 5 minutes of break, then again 30 minutes studying, 5 minutes of break. What happens is in this way, when you're giving some time for your brain to relax, it is willing to work more harder, and that way you will not waste your time. So you will be able to concentrate for 4 hours or 5 hours of study if you're giving yourself that breaks in between after 45 minutes or after 1 hour or 10 minutes of break or 15 minutes of break. So taking breaks is also equally important. So what happens is sometimes we work too hard, and then next few days we are unproductive because we are not willing to give our body some break. So relaxing is also a very good way of managing your time. But you need to also plan how much time you're going to take out to relax. Like 5 minutes, every 1 hour, 10 minutes, like that. Now, next is project forward, look backward in time management. Can anyone guess what does this mean? Projecting
I guess
forward.
it is about reviewing or taking doing introspect or checking yourself where you stand, and are you really moving forward. So when you look backward and see what you have done and what you have actually gained or able to save it, then you can go forward. Otherwise, if you
Yeah,
keep going forward and without
yes.
looking backwards, the mechanism would not work.
Yeah, so how is it related to time management? So in time management also, what happens is, for example, as I told you, you had made a timetable, okay, for example, now this is June second week going on. Okay, after the workshop you sit and make a timetable that these are going to be my goals, and this is the way, or this is going to be my timetable for the next third week of June. Okay, Monday to Saturday I'm going to religiously follow it and manage my time from the tips which I got using those. But there might be some, like sudden things. Suddenly, some things might come up due to which you are not able to. Maybe next week on 22nd or 23rd, accordingly as you had planned that you will sit for study between 6 to 8. But suddenly you got some important work and you were not able to concentrate. So what happens is, in time management also we make a lot of timetables. Okay, I made a timetable. It is not necessary that 100% I will follow it. Even if you are able to manage your time with every passing week, even 1% better with every passing week, that is a good amount of improvement. So in time management also, I will have some tips or tricks, or I will do the application in my real life, but I might fail also. So I need to learn from those past mistakes. Okay, this is not working for me, like this tip is not working for me. I need to use some other method of managing my time. And look, so projecting forward, where you want to lead, where you see yourself, like you want to see yourself now, maybe you are a person who is only productive for 4 hours, and you see yourself as a person in the future, maybe 6 months down the line you want to become a person who is like productive for 16 hours. But then you need to experiment and check what is working for you, what is not working for you, which tip which you can apply, which your mind and body is supporting. So you need to project forward. Goal तो है आगे का, think about the future and look backward. Keep learning from your mistakes. Okay, this worked for me, this didn't work for me. That also helps in time management. So take time to think, plan, dream and create. All exceptional executives and highly effective men and women set aside the time each day to carefully consider what went good with them and what didn't work for them. So every week एक review time भी होना चाहिए. जब मैं time table बना रही हूँ, तो I should keep 10 minutes. If I'm keeping 30 minutes to make my timetable on Sunday, I have kept 30 minutes Sunday morning to plan for the next week. Okay, so उसके बाद उसके पहले 10 minutes review भी करना है कि last week में mistakes कौन से हुए. Okay, that would help. How many of you all create a to-do list now? Like I am practicing this from the last 3-4 years and it helps a lot. Any one of you all who does a to-do list? Yes, very nice. It really helps. And it's up to you. You can make, okay, not follow. No problem. Depends. It could be because it again depends upon if you're not able to follow it. May I know the reason? Like, do you want to share with us why you were never able to follow it? Like, so there could be various reasons for it, but for me it has helped a lot. Like, it does help. You can try doing it. Like, it is, again, you need not be a perfectionist. Like 100% सब achieve हो जाएगा ऐसे जरूरी नहीं है. But from the to-do list, even 70% of the tasks, if you are able to do, that is also a good achievement. Slowly and steadily, even if 50%, 10 tasks you wrote for the day, and you out of it even 5 you did in the beginning, that is fine. Slowly you will see improvement, and you start doing out of 10 7 tasks, then you improve to 8 tasks. It's fine. And it's not necessary that every day, if you have written 10 tasks in your to-do list, you will complete all those 10. At least 7 bhi hoga in a 1 to 7 or 1 to 5. That is better rather than not having any list in front of your mind. Otherwise, your time is not going to be productive. So, if you want to manage time, you need to have a to-do list, and you can allot time also for this activity. For this activity, I will take 1 hour. So, like for exercising, I will take 30 minutes. For studying, I am going to take 2 hours. Like that. And when to make this to-do list, either you can make it a day before going to sleep. Like for Tuesday, you can make it Monday night, or some people make it on the same day itself in the morning. So it's up to you. Yes, someone wants to say something. Okay. Next tip is sleeping better. Okay. Suman ma'am, can you just unmute yourself? Suman? Yeah, thank you. Next is sleeping better for time management. So if you're not sleeping properly, what happens is your brain is not able to concentrate on tasks. So वही task जिसको 4 घंटे लगेंगे हो सकता है उसको 5 hours लगे. For studying also it can happen. If you're not able to concentrate, the same sum maths sum if you're solving, which takes usually 10 minutes, and your brain is exhausted, and maybe last night you did not get proper good sleep, that 10 minutes of time which you take to solve each mathematical sum, just for example, might take you 15 minutes or 20 minutes, because you need to have the concentration power. So that is also another reason. Many people who are workaholic or who just stress a lot, or nowadays it could not be workaholic, but you are just awake till late night watching any movie or playing some games on your mobile phone. So stop doing it. You need to have a proper sleep. Like it could be at least 6 hours of sleep every night is very important. 6 to 8 hours somewhere. So you need to take proper sleep if you want to manage your time, because the next day you'll be fresh, you will be able to concentrate on your work, and that way you will only take as much as time is required for each and every activity. You won't exceed it. So that's the reason. Even Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla, he's such a busy person, and he sleeps for 6 to 6.5 hours. So that important sleep is to manage your time. Moving ahead, next trick which you can use for yourself is ABCDE method. Now, what is this? Okay, ABCD is basically A task. You will list task number which at A, that which is the most important. Okay, in the morning, like for example, you get up and you feel that, oh, today I have so many things to do. How should I manage my time, or how to give my time to each activity? और ऐसा ना हो जाए कि unnecessary चीज हो जाए, and the one which is my priority, that remains. Like for you, it could be study. So how to manage that? So in the morning, if you have made that to-do list, that would help. You can rate the tasks, which is A, which is B, which is C, D, and which is E is you can completely eliminate. Like that is not at all required. You can just skip it. Okay, so starting from A, the most important task. For different people, it could be different things. It could be studying, it could be office, it could be work, it could be health for some people. If you are struggling with health issues, then maybe for some time A task could be the most important task for you, might be health. B is task which has minor consequences. Minor consequences matlab, for example, if I have an exam, okay, and I have to study. For example, Tuesday I have an important exam, and Monday I have to study, focus and study the whole day because I have to give my exam. And there is a friend who is calling me to talk, and I know that this phone call is not going to end before 1 hour at least. It is going to take 30 minutes to 1 hour, and I can't afford to give that much of time. So you can just ignore that. For that day, that task has minor consequence. That is, it is not going to harm you as much as it could harm you not studying or wasting your 1 hour. Someone wants to say something? Okay. Yeah. So at that point of time on Monday, your priority task, the most important task is studying. So for that reason, your A task, so that will create a consequence for you. If you don't study on Monday and you are not prepared on Tuesday for your exam, you might fail, right? So A is your studying on that day, and B task minor consequence. मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? Friend गुस्सा हो जाएगी. You can talk and tell to that friend that I have an exam, or I wanted more time to study and that's why I couldn't talk to you. You can tell that later. इतना बड़ा problem नहीं होगा. But if you don't study, you will face major problem. So that means B is task as minor consequence. Like you can postpone that activity. Maybe you can do it 2 or 3 days later also. तो वो बाद में कर सकते हो. C task has no consequence. Okay. For example, playing video games. If you are addicted to playing video games or spending time on Instagram unnecessarily, just scrolling those reels or like that. So or you have already had your 8 hours of sleep at night, and again you want to go in bed and sleep for 2-3 hours. But as I told you, you have an exam. So at that point of time, studying is important, or maybe doing some productive activity rather than just lying in bed. If you have had your proper night's sleep, so you can skip sleeping in the afternoon and you can take out that time. You can use that time to study or to read a book, right? So that task of sleeping unnecessarily you can skip, so it won't create any major consequence at that point of time. D is delegate task. For example, it could be buying vegetables from the market. Yeah, sometimes we cannot delegate those tasks. But if you are already, your list is full with tasks and you don't have time to do everything in your list, then you can delegate it maybe to your sibling, or you can request some of your family member to do it. If you have other tasks which are of more priority, in that case I'm not saying going to the market and helping your mother is wrong, but it is important, I understand that, but depend करता है उस दिन कौन सा task ज़्यादा important है. So A would be the most important task for the day. It could be your health, it could be even your sleep. Maybe 4 days you were studying back to back for your exams and you haven't slept for 4 days, 4 nights. So then A हो जाएगा मेरा sleep after exam. It depends on that day. So 10 टास्क होंगे लिस्ट में, उसमें से ए भी आएगा द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, विच इज टू बी डन टुडे itself. Otherwise बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगा, and that you will know which one is important on which day for you. I can't decide that. B is task has minor consequence, can be done 2-3 days later also. C is task has no consequence. Okay, उसका even if I eliminate it, it is not going to create any problem. Or again, I can postpone this. Delegate task. D, I can ask someone else to do it. E is eliminate task, which is completely unnecessarily, task which is not important to be done. So the Eisenhower matrix is also kind of the same thing which we discussed. So till now, have you all understood the ABCDE method? Are you all with me? Any doubt you have, or any confusion? You can type in the chat box. If you all are with me, then type yes. Thank you, Rafi. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Sarita, for the response. So it is a little bit similar kind only, the Eisenhower matrix. Again here, you need to you can use this method also. It is like you have 10 tasks in your to-do list to do, okay, and you can then decide out of those 10, okay, which is a task, मतलब urgent भी है, important भी. जैसे next एग्जाम है, studying today on Monday, Tuesday I have an exam, so on Monday my A task would be studying. ठीक है. B task is schedule these tasks, not urgent. Okay, B task मतलब urgent नहीं है, वो friend से कल भी बात कर सकते हैं. Important है, friend is important. I can talk 2 days later also. So keep that aside. C, delegate these tasks, the same thing which we discussed. Which activity is urgent, but you can ask someone else also to do it on your behalf because you have some more important tasks to do. And D is eliminate, like wasting your time on mobile phone, unnecessarily lying in bed, or chatting on your mobile phone for long hours. Okay, like unnecessary for 2-3 hours, like that. So depends. So this is also another way which you can manage your time, the Eisenhower matrix. A is urgent and important. B task not urgent but it is important. Talking to your friend, as I gave you an example. C task, delegate these tasks. Delegate means telling someone else to do it because it is urgent, like bringing grocery from the market on that day is important, okay, so that your mother is able to cook. But because you have important assignment to be done or important study which is to be done at that time only, so you can delegate that to someone. B is eliminate. Task is which is just a wastage of time, just eliminate it. You need to also learn to do that. इसीलिए to do list morning में बनाना होता है, because 10 में से 3-4 तो ऐसे होंगे which is waste of time, so you can cut that. the POSIT method of time management. Again, you might find these few of the methods like they're similar, but still I'm giving these examples because it's up to you which one you want to apply, or how you want to categorize the tasks in your to-do list or your day. I quickly take you through this because I think in the past two methods, I have already covered the same thing. So P stands for prioritizing responsibilities according to your time and goals. So prioritizing, as I told you, is the most important task for that day. What is it? You need to understand A, B, C, D. This is my top 3 or top 5 tasks which I have to do at any cost. Organize. Then you need to organize or make a plan how I am going to do that task, at what time, how much time am I going to give. Streamline. Tasks you may not like but have to be done. Like cleaning your home, cleaning your room, washing your clothes. These need to be streamlined. Like you might not like doing it, but you still have to do it, right? You need to maintain hygiene for that purpose. So you can also categorize tasks like this so that it gives a clarity to your brain. Economize. Tasks you like to perform that are not urgent or important. For example, any hobby, like I like singing, dancing, or like watching videos on YouTube also. Like it is also kind of little bit of entertainment is fine, like that. So these tasks you like, but uska kuch output as such is not going to be. Like for example, maybe in your career wise, okay, you are a student, but at the same time you have a hobby, of singing, dancing, or playing a sport. So sports. So it's not urgent at that particular point of time, but it's important. It is important to take care of your hobby as well. So you need to think that okay, today I have a very busy schedule, so maybe today I will not do my dance practice. Tomorrow I'll do it. A few days after my exam is over, then for 1 hour I'll take out time and I'll do my dance practice, or I'll take out time to watch my favorite TV show later on. So you need to economize tasks. Contribute. So contributing, for example, now you all are a part of Ikigai student community. So in a way, each one of us is contributing, right? So though this is not, it might not pay as such an like money perspective, but it is important that even like as individuals and responsible citizens of the country India, okay, we need to contribute to the society without thinking of something, without thinking that I will be getting something in return. It's very important, okay, to be selfless and to contribute. So you need to also take out time for these tasks which are which are meant for the welfare of the society. So you can use this POSIT method of time management. Like दिन में एक task ऐसा हो सकता है जो contribution के लिए है. You will not get any money due to it, but that is for society. It's fine. Okay. So this is another method of managing your time. Are you all with me till here?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Others, what about others? I can't see any replies from you all. Is it going above the head, or something is going in your mind? Like, कुछ तो जा रहा है दिमाग में. Yes, no, you can reply in the chat because I don't want to be just talking with myself. I want to know if the audience is there listening to me or they have slept. They have slept. Sorry. Everything perfect. Okay. Others, you can also reply because there are 22 people. Only 2-3 are active. Triti, Nupur, Abdul. What about others? Okay. So the next is the Pareto principle. Like as I told you, like in our day, there are 10 tasks which you will have, okay, to do. Now, how you will manage your time? So उसमें से 2 tasks would be which is going to get you the 80% of your result for life. For example, out of the 24 hours that I have in a day, only 2 or 3 hours I am going to study. Most of the students, that is the average time which we study. Not for 10 hours every day. No one studies that much unless you are studying for medical or very competitive exam. So that is a task, studying, or which is going to bring 80% of my life results 5 years down the line. That is going to fetch me a job. That is going to help me make my career. And it happens with working professionals also. क्या हो जाता है, आउट ऑफ द 10 tasks they have in their to do list, 2 tasks ही होते हैं जो सबसे important है, but वो टाइम वो 2 important tasks को ही एक एक घंटा या 2 hours दे देते हैं, and 24 hours में से 22 hours are spent doing tasks which are not going to contribute anything in your life. Like sleeping for 10 hours is not required, or washing your clothes, cleaning your home, going out and partying with friends. But these tasks are good, or you like to do it, I understand, but monetary in money wise it's not going to bring you any result, or it is not going to every time contribute to your personal growth. Maybe partying with your friends like that. So you need to understand the time management also. हम क्या बोलते हैं कि after 10 years we realized when you're 30 or 35, because I did not utilize my time properly, and that's why I'm not successful, or you are not successful. The reason is you did not know this 80-20 principle, because most with everyone it happens that 80% of our time is spent doing not important tasks, which are not important, which are not going to help you in any way in the future for your personal growth. हम लोग 80% ऐसे tasks कर रहे हैं which is not contributing to my personal growth. For my personal growth, I am only giving 1 or 2 hours. So that is 20% of my whole day. But that is going to bring me major result in life. So you need to understand and accordingly then allot time, and slowly and steadily this ratio should increase. The tasks which are more important should take 80% of your time. That is for your personal growth. You need to give at least 60 to 70% of your time. Even if you're working at work, you need to work in such a way that you are very productive, and even while working you can have personal growth. Even though if you are working or doing any internship, okay, if that is taking major time of yours of the day, or any job which you're doing is taking 10 hours of your day, I can understand you cannot leave that job, but that doesn't mean that you are not going to be grow as a person. Even there, if you work with a mindset that I want to personally grow as an individual and contribute to the society, so then you are following this 80-20 principle. So 80% of your day, if you are sitting with that intention of personal growth, you will work according to that way, and while you are working you will also personally grow as an individual. While working also that can happen. Okay, if you have that intention in mind, then 20% keep it for the non-productive tasks like cleaning my home, washing my clothes is important, but then slowly ना वो जितना हम quickly कर सकते हैं और more productive tasks को जितना time दे सकते हैं वो try करना है. Yeah, again this is covered actually, like top 3 priorities. Another method, if you don't make a to-do list, or you don't want to write down all the tasks you're going to do throughout the day, you can just sit and every morning and sit and write down top 3 things of my day. Like Monday, what are the top 3 things I need to do? Tuesday, top 3 things. So उसी दिन के morning में decide करना है that these are the top 3 things I need to do. But focus on that, do them first. Okay, first, the moment you get up, you dress up and get ready, you have to write down your priority 1, 2, 3. Do the first task, which is priority 1, then do 2, 3, and then the rest of the tasks. They can be done later also. But prioritize. Most of the time, we don't prioritize. And that's why we are unable to achieve the goals in life or manage our time. Because प्रायोरिटी 1, 2, 3 को अगर तुम डे के स्टार्ट में करोगे और तो उस फोकस लेवल विल बी मोर, बिकॉज ड्यूरिंग द मॉर्निंग टाइम व्हेन यू गेट अप वी आर फ्रेश, वी आर एबल टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑल्सो, सो you are more focused, and your energy you are also giving to the task which is going to bring major consequences in your life for the future, like studying or working. तो अगर मैं दिन की शुरुआत में ये कर लेती हूँ तो आई बी वेरी एनर्जेटिक एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, एंड माय फोकस विल आल्सो बी गुड, लाइक आई बी एबल टू फोकस. सो उस पे कंट्रीब्यूट करना है. फिर बाद में तो बात मतलब later also you can do, for example, cleaning your home or washing your clothes, तो बाद में भी कर सकते हैं, like maybe afternoon time you can do, because little bit then later your energy level might be less, but studying you can do early morning. Any idea what is the salami slice method? Name sounds very interesting. Any guesses? As the picture, in the picture you can see a person is cutting that object into small slices. What does that mean in time management? You all can guess, even if you're wrong, no problem. What is, like, what do you think? You can guess also.
I think it's like dividing our time into stipulated work.
Yeah, dividing your time, as well as if you have very big tasks to do. For example, like in studying also, you have a lot of subjects, right? You will have you might be having, I would say, 6 or 8 subjects, right? Or whenever you work also, काम करने जब ये बैठते हैं, for example, if I have to complete an assignment, I just have that what you say, abstract idea. I have to sit and complete my assignment. But what all things I need to do? Okay, first I will have to read. Okay, about the thing. I'll have to research. Then I have to write down. Then I have to review. And then the final assignment work would be done. Like final copy of it would be ready, right? So big task, oh, exactly. Breaking them to break into chunks, and rewarding system should be excellent. Yeah, you can also use the rewarding system. It really helps if you reward yourself when you are done with doing a big task. So when you have a very big task to do, break it into small pieces and then do it. That would really help. Yes, splitting or breaking it into small pieces and giving your brain that clarity कि okay, assignment करनी है, बस ऐसे बैठ के नहीं. Okay, first what I need to do, I need to read. Okay, तो ठीक है, time management में I have decided 1 hour is for my assignment. Out of 1 hour, I will give 15 minutes for research, 15 minutes for writing, 15 minutes 20 minutes for writing, for example, 10 minutes to review, कितना हो 45 minutes, and then the final assignment I will write the final copy. उसके लिए 15 minutes. ऐसे करके 1 hour. तो अगर आपने जो भी एक्टिविटी को 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours जब भी हम बोलते हैं ना, सिर्फ इतना मत करो. उसके भी विदिन में again split that time. If I have decided I will study for 3 hours, or I will clean my home today for 3 hours, तो 3 hours में मैं क्या क्या करने वाली हूँ, and each task how much time I am going to do. Just don't be very abrupt, so that you can plan while doing the task. जब भी आप कर रहे हो, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि हर एक माइन्यूट चीज you have to plan in the beginning of your day, because then बहुत time consuming हो सकता है. But when I sit to study, that time I can just write down roughly. Okay, I have these 8 subjects to study. So half an hour I'm going to give for social studies. Next half an hour I'll do political science. Next 30 minutes I will study history. Whatever subjects you all have. So splitting your big task into small tasks, and उसमें भी allot करना time. Like this, I'll do 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. इतना भी minutely you can distribute your time. It really helps. So it's basically that. And how many of you believe like having a to-do list, is it important to have a not to-do list? Does that help? Why is it important? No. Okay, Sayed does not believe that you need to have. So maybe at this point of time you might not require it, but people who have yes, distractions, right? I know we have. Okay. We need to have to-do list in the same way. Yeah, yes.
Like what I feel is like sometimes things don't work according to the plan. Something comes up in between, and the whole process gets disrupted at one point of time.
Yes, right. And sometimes there are things which we know that it's really very unproductive, not required to do, but still we are doing it for the sake of doing it. But अगर हमारे पास एक not to do list भी है कि for example this is June. Now in June month for me these are my top 3 priorities, and not to do list में ये होगा. I am not going to play in this month. This month maybe I have very important tasks to do, so I'm not going to waste time doing certain activity. Like I'll not play PUBG this month, or I won't be playing this video game because it is very addictive, like that. So not to do list में होना क्यों जरूरी है? So brain should also know that what you need to eliminate or what you need to skip. So not to do list also sometimes help if you are getting exhausted doing a lot of things, because brain को clarity आ जाता है that I don't want to do this or this is not that important. If I finish my to do list तो not to वाला कर सकती हूँ अगर time रहेगा तो. Then I'll spend maybe 30 minutes and go on Instagram and watch what people have posted and scroll through the reels and all that. Otherwise it's not important, right? You need not sit up early in the morning and just scroll through the reels of on Instagram. This is what most of the youngsters are doing nowadays. I see it even in the lunch break, everyone is doing that. So it's why you need to have this not to do list. Like as a student you might not have many tasks to do, but as you get busy, like as you grow old in life, you will have a lot of activities to do, like more than like now if you're doing 10 tasks, later it might go up to 50 also, depending upon how many responsibilities are adding up to your account. So it depends, you know. So it really helps, you know, top level managers, senior managers, they do this not to do list. Like this is an unnecessary meeting, I need not attend this, I can skip doing this. So it sometimes helps. And stop multitasking. It's very important that we stop multitasking. Another tip for time management: one time do one task so that your brain is able to focus on that particular activity, and then you can do the next task. When you try to multitask, what happens is you waste time because your brain is not able to focus on one particular task, and that is how your time will get wasted and you will not have enough time to do any activity. So stop doing that is another tip. Mental programming, as you already talked about, visualizing and mentally you need to program your brain that for example, whenever you find yourself procrastinating on an important task, repeat to yourself with energy and enthusiasm: "Do it now, do it now, do it now." So you need to use those affirmations like, I can do it, or I am working on time management, I am excellent in time management. You can start saying to yourself even though you are not, because the brain is listening, and it will take 21 days. Okay, if you want you can note it, like it takes 21 days for this mental reprogramming to happen. So if you're a bad time manager and you want to reprogram your brain, you need to affirm your in your mind every day. Maybe you can do it before going to sleep for 21 days, and I'm an excellent time manager, I'm an excellent time manager. So slowly the brain will be reprogrammed to believe that, and you will see the results after 21 days or after 25 26 days. Slowly you will see yourself putting those things in action. So mental programming is also important. Now this is very easy. Can anyone guess? Like, don't mix creative and administrative tasks. Creative could be painting or drawing or like anything which requires creativity. What are administrative tasks? Like we have already discussed. What are those? It could be cleaning. It could be cleaning your home or your drawer or your messy room. That is an administrative task. So
Preparing reports in the office, and you can see
excellent.
cleaning your desk. Cleaning your desk is also part of it,
Yeah.
and some kind of administrative task or functions.
Yes. So you need to separate these two tasks. So in the morning you have more energy, so you can do the creative tasks first, and administrative tasks can be done later, like after in the later part or the second half of the day. So don't mix them. That is one more tip which can help you to manage time. Next is batching your tasks. Any guesses what is this batching your task? As you all can see in the picture also, like it is first two lines which are in team color. The middle one, two lines are in red, and the last one is in green. So batching.
I think if you have some common or similar task, then you can, try to execute them at once to save time.
Right. Yes. So the tasks which are similar, they can be done together. Okay, if you have to write an assignment and you have to study for a subject, you can do that like studying part can be done all together. Whatever your assignment, reading, researching has to be done, you can allot a time 8 to 10 in the morning. I'm just going to do my research, studying, content development if you want to do. Like other, it could be if there are administrative tasks, rather than splitting them into the whole day. It depends. Again, it works for some people. Some people do it like, they do a little bit of creative work, and in between they do something which is administrative tasks, so that they don't get bored. But these batching your tasks has been used by, the top level managers like Warren Buffett or Elon Musk. They do these things to understand which are similar kind of tasks, so that you need not start from step 8. तो आप already वो mindset में हो कि मुझे ये करना है, and that's why you're doing the other remaining related tasks also together. तो study करना है, study से related जो भी है, assignment work है, लिखना है, content development, you can do all that together at the same time, continuous, like at a stretch. And whatever is your administrative task, that again you can batch together, and other tasks also. So similar kind of tasks can be done together. Yes, and that's it with the presentation. Now we are open to discussions. Like if you all have any doubts or queries, like these were my 20 tips which I had from mine to share how you can manage your time. I hope it helps. You can try at least, like you can implement, even if you implement any 2 or 3 of those, it would help. And for me personally, what has helped is visualization has helped. Doing a to-do list has helped me a lot. Even not to-do list sometimes. And yes, and not mixing creative and administrative tasks is what is my personal experience. So now we are open to discussion. If you have any doubts, anything, could you please share this with me?
Anuja,
Yeah.
Anuja, I have a small question.
Yeah, sure.
We were talking about throughout these slides about time management, but somewhere I felt there should be some importance about time. Why do you think the time needed some kind of management? Do we really have some importance for the time that is in our life, or no? So I think I think we should come up with something that actually talk about time, why it is important, why you should save time, why you should manage time. Then you get to know, yes, this is something that is a resource that you need to save it so you can use it in your life, whether you are living for 40 years or 50 years, and once it is gone you will never get it back. That is why we come up with such strategies like managing your time, saving your time, organizing, and all that.
Actually, I did not put more efforts into that, but I appreciate your feedback and could really work on that. But what I thought was, if I explain again like time management, why you need to utilize your time efficiently, I think like you all are like 17, 18 years, like till the above youngsters, right? Within the age group of 18 to 25. So you know why you need to manage time. But that is a good point. I understand why you need to manage time, but I thought it could have been boring. So I just straight away came to the, to the point. But I have noted it and would add that to the presentation. I appreciate your feedback. Any other queries or any feedback you want to share, or any questions you have, I'm open to that. Did Rafi want to say something?
Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, tell me.
As you have said, in this PPT, you have said about the creativity and what you said, and
Can you be louder? Because there is
you
some
have said
disturbance.
you have said about creativity and our work should not be mixed.
Yeah.
Creativity and our work. So if we add creativity in our work, then it will be easier for us to do that work or that job. Because example that I am at multimedia department of Ikigai, that photo editing and video editing is my creativity.
So,
So that I
Rafi,
have made my job.
little bit what I because your voice was not properly audible. So the first part what I heard was Rafi's question was that why should we keep creative and administrative tasks like apart from each other? When we add creativity to the work, it becomes more interesting. So I'm not saying that you should not make your task more creative or interesting. You should make it every task, but there are certain tasks which are creative activities, other could be monotonous. For example, painting, drawing, sketching, or dancing, for example, or any of your hobbies, anything which is your hobby, it could be any hobby. That is kind of a creative work. You discover something, you come across new ideas. But for example, if I am washing clothes or I'm doing data entry, I'm not going to discover any new idea at that time. So that is an administrative task. So that I can do it at the later part of the day. So that is what I meant to say. You can bring in creativity in every task of yours to make it interesting, but there are certain monotonous activities, for example, data entry or preparing reports. Whereas if you want to create a presentation, that is a little bit creative task. But at work, when you have to prepare certain reports, that could be a bit boring or it is administrative task. So that you can keep separate. So you can make the presentation in the beginning of your day. Yeah, sure, I'll share the PPT on the group. So you need to do the creative task in first part of your day, and then the administrative or monotonous tasks. मतलब जिसमें कुछ creativity जरूरी नहीं है लाना, जो monotonous है, that task can keep aside, ऐसे, so that you are more productive in using your time. Hope your query was cleared, but I couldn't hear you, so I'm so sorry if I haven't cleared your doubt properly, because there is some disturbance in your background. Anyone else wants to say anything? Okay, thank you, Rafi. Anyone wants to share any feedback or anything related to time management, any of your personal experience or any tip which you like personally, you are going to implement in your life? Anything like that? Anyone wants to
Anuja,
share?
I have another feedback to share. I'm sorry for that.
Sure, sure.
I guess all this information that you have given us was very, very important. I guess some few of the slides were, you have gone through very quickly. I think it needed more detail. I don't know if time allows you to do that, but I think we wanted to hear more about them.
Okay, okay. Which one, like?
I think is starting fifth or sixth slide, I guess, and some of them as well. I don't remember because it is very
Okay.
difficult to keep a catch or take a snap in
Okay.
our mind.
Okay, okay. So I'll share the PPT, but
Yes,
I can just quickly glance through the slides if you want. Like,
yes, definitely. If it is if this session is all about sharing the feedback, I guess we will not waste your time on asking you again about it. But definitely we will go through the PPTs.